Hey guys, this video covers creating a basic house shape. So here we have a new file with the default cube, camera and light. I'm going to drag the cube out of the default collection and hide the camera and light, and then collapse the collection. Next, for convenience, I move the cube up the Z-axis so the cube sits on the plane. I do this using snap. By default, snap is set to increment or movement size, and I use the shortcut to turn snapping on. So I hold down the control key while I move the cube up the Z axis, restricting movement to Z. Now I'm happy to start making the house. First, I go into edit mode and change to face selection. I select the end face and extrude it out. Now I'm going to delete the floor because we won't ever see it, and it reduces the poly count, which becomes more important when making objects with lots of polygons. Next, I inset the right hand wall poly to make the door. Because we deleted the floor, we can use the boundary inset or hit the B key to align the insetted poly to the floor. Now I remove the door poly using delete faces. Next, I want to delete the polygons around the door, but I don't want to lose the edges that form the door. So I'll select the two diagonal edges up the top and just delete those, and the faces will disappear because those edges have been removed. Then I switch to vertex selection mode, the 1 key, and select the two vertices at the top of the door frame. I do a bevel operation and scroll my mouse wheel until I have a reasonably smooth looking arch. Next, I switch to edge mode and select the outside edges to recreate the wall poly. Note the edges around the door frame form a loop, so I can hold the Alt key down and click on one of the edges, and all the edges will be selected. I then select the remaining edges around the wall manually. Now I just hit the F key to fill in the edges. This creates an n-gon polygon, meaning it has more than 4 vertices. A 4 vertex poly is called a quad, and a 3 vertex poly is a triangle, of course. This really isn't important to us, but if you ever make objects for games, for example, you may be required to provide objects only made from quads. Next, I extrude the door frame, and I have to restrict the movement to the Y-axis, so I press the Y key. Now I can fill the frame edges to make the door poly. I'll do the window next in the left half of the house wall. I inset the poly, and as you can see, it's restricting the edge to the border, which I don't want. So I hit B again, so the open edges will be inset as well. Next, I extrude the window in a little way, and then separate it from the model. Next, I come out of edit mode, select the window object, and go back into edit mode again, hiding the rest of the house so it doesn't get in the way. Now I can create a number of loop cuts and then extrude these polys to create the window frame. The window is done, so I come out of edit mode, unhiding the house part, select the house again and go back into edit mode. I'm going to create a loop cut along the length of the house and select the two top edges and lift them straight up, restricted to the Z-axis, to make a pitched roof. And there we go. There's a basic house with a pitched roof, door and a window. Have a go at it yourself, see what you can come up with.